One sec. It's loading up. All right, we should be good on both.
God. We're standing back out here on the spiritual battle lines in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Before we get started, I give all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Hashem Makadash. Double honor and respect to love apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much love, honor, and respect to the elect of the house of Israel and of the house of David. To the beloved Aquath, listening and learning in meekness and humility as the scriptures command and do so. To you we say Shalom and Barakathon. So this is a part of our labor. This is a part of our payments. We're subject to payments in a land of bondage because we broke the holy covenant. And we're diligently laboring to be found worthy in that great and terrible day of the Lord. We're going to make haste for the establishment of a new holy righteous kingdom. Okay? And we have to be holy or separate. Separate ourselves from the shadow of the world.
Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, it says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor."
So we're living Bible prophecy real time. You have the sons of Jacob, the sons of God, standing boldly on the battle line, spiritually, prophesying the end and the destruction of the daughter of Babylon, which is America, the West. That's Babylon in the scriptures. But we have to proclaim it and profess it. We are witnesses here. We got again, Luke Shah.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5:1.
Yep.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor.
So where our righteousness is through the doctrine of Yahweh Shah. It's not us as standalones, okay? We can do nothing of ourselves. And our righteousness is as filthy rags. So this is telling you through dark sayings or subliminally that this is Yahweh Shah speaking. The doctrine of Yahweh Shah. So you got to have the Holy Spirit to decipher the code. Come on.
Yep. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of their salvation, so far beyond all they that look for.
So this is going to culminate in the deliverance, a spectacular deliverance here out of the daughter of Babylon, America. It's going to be burned with nuclear fire. It's built on death, bloodshed, robbery, and witchcraft. And they celebrate it every year through Roman pagan holidays, celebrating blood sacrifices, blood rituals. Everything is coming out now. Eating babies and drinking blood. You devils got blood on your hands, spiritually and literally. You got to pay for that. So they're going to see the destruction of Babylon the Great while simultaneously witnessing the deliverance of the Lord's elect. Hold that book, Shah, you got it, King.
This is Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 1.
Yep.
The wicked flee when no man pursue it, but the righteous are bold as lions.
Did not the brother say they should stand boldly? Then shall the righteous stand boldly? See? Why? Because the Holy Spirit moves without fear. It's bold because it's pure wisdom and truth. What are you going to terrify the Lord on? Are you crazy? So the Holy Spirit gives us an essence of the Most High through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai. You got it, King. Take it.
Revelation 11 verse 11. And after 3 days and a half,
Beautiful.
speaking about the Holy Spirit, right?
Yep.
The Spirit of life from the power, or the Most High, entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
So you see how the curse is being reversed here. So now that fear and that terror is transferring over to the wicked, to the oppressors, the Edomites, because we're standing in the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So you can see how the curse is being lifted. It's a process. It's a gradual process here. So the Holy Spirit makes us stand in great boldness and prophesy the destruction of our enemies and the destruction of Babylon the Great. The Lord did not give us the spirit of fear.
Proverbs 27 and verse 12, the prudent man perceives the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
So we're hiding under the little sanctuary of the Lord, this tabernacle. This is the church being built here in the last days. We're not literally hiding in a damn cave or clubhouse somewhere there, but we're hiding under this doctrine. This is a safe house of protection. So the elite gotta move with caution, because you can't come against sovereign land of the Lord's saints, elect, without being destroyed, and they know that. I've seen ICE snag about 3 dudes out here one day. They saw us out here and waved, okay? So this is a spiritual sanctuary under protection of the hedge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The angels are camping with us. Would like to
Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, are upon the central kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
see? So Yahweh Shai talked about this. What king does not take into consideration when he goes to build a house and not count the cost? Yahweh Shai was over the disciples' head so many times, he would play with them at times. Even talking about the rich man, it would fast forward and project into Amalek, the wicked global elite, the 13 Illuminati founders, the Edomites, the wicked. He was over their head so many times and would just smile at them. When king go up to build a house and don't count the cost and begin with the job.
Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, are upon the central kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
See? Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. So there's a protective hedge around the Lord's church, his temple that's being built. That's gold, precious stones, a sanctuary. You got it.
Verse 9, it says, For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Like as corn is sifted in the sea, yet shall not the least rain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
So this is a sifter, which is the straight gate. So if you're found wanting, you're going to fall through, so to speak. If you've ever looked at a sieve where the farmers are using, so if you're found wanting, if you're not meeting the right balance, you're going to fall through. You lack faith. You lack diligence. You lack belief. You lack fear of the Lord. You see, you're going to be found wanting, so that we can understand here. Read that again, Book Bashar. All the sinners.
Amos 9 and 10, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
So they're without the blood of the Lamb, which is priceless. That covers us or pays for our transgressions. So they're without Yahweh Shai, essentially. Read that again about the rebuild the tabernacle of David, and then we're going to transition to the brother.
Verse 11. Amos chapter 9 and verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
See, so this is the reestablishment of the thrones of David. When you study the scriptures, Yahweh Shai will be raised up unto the house of David. That's prophecy. So what we're witnessing is very pivotal. This is the spectacular, marvelous work the Lord is doing in the last days. You got that, brother, about building a house.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 28.
Yep.
It says, For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it?
So Yahweh Shai understood the cup that he had to drink from. He understood that his life was on the altar. So the elect are moving with that understanding. We have given up all or sacrificed all to follow you, including our own lives. counting the cost. Why you think we say risking our lives and freedom to do so? Because we're going to be demonized by the wicked global elite. Read that again, Book Bashar. Yes, sir.
Luke 14, verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he hath sufficient to finish it? Lest happily, after he hath laid the foundation, and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish.
Taking your hands off the plow, falling back, waning. Okay? You know what? I'm thinking of the story when King David was like, I don't need this body armor. Just give me a stone. I need to be light on my feet. Because he moved with faith. And then you had Saul. I wanted to say his black ass, but I had to catch myself. I'm trying to. Saul lacking faith. You need to just stand down. Your pride is this man is tried and tested in battle. He's the champion of the Philistines, Just lacking faith. Every time I read that, I get angry. Have faith, Saul. The hell, man. See, he was like, this man is tested and tried in battle. Are not the Edomites the hammer of the earth? Have they not colonized the entire earth? But we look like worms in the sight of these giants. So now you're going to tell us to fall back too, right? You see, it's like you get cursed out, and then you're confused. You got it, beloved.
Verse 30. Verse 31. Luke 14, verse 31. Or what king goeth to make war against another king? Sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000.
See, counting the cost, what's at stake. So King David understood when we stand in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that we have overwhelming odds against the opposition, against the adversary. It takes faith to be able to move with that type of dignity and confidence, which means with faith. Here it is, Saul talking about, hey, you need to stand down, young lad. This man is battle-tested, battle-hardened. He's been tried and tested in battle. And you're just a young lad. Shut your ass up, Saul. The man moves with faith and believe in the name and power of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua. The hell are you talking about? You got it, King.
Proverbs 18 and 10, it says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower.
Beautiful.
The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
Exactly. See? So the overwhelming odds is with those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's the body armor. That's the sword. That's the shield. And you're looking at carnal means. He's the hammer of the earth. What are you doing? Fall back. Stop going out to the battle lines. Spiritually. Okay? This man owns the military. He owns weapons of war. Air Force, Army, Marine, Navy. Fall back. What are you doing, you Israelites? You look like worms in the sight of this man. The eagle. What the hell are you talking about? We got a power behind us. The Ancient of Days and the Creator of all things. You got it, beloved. Just 1 second. Back to that when a man king counted the cost. Yeah, you're going to go back there.
Yeah. Luke 14 and 32. Or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an embassage and desireth.
What king does not sit down and count the cost? I told you.
No, it's all good. Luke 14 and 31. Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000.
See, understanding that the battle is determined in the spiritual realm, so that we can take that away from this. The battle is determined in the spiritual realm, and then everything takes shape on earth. So King David had to understand that, moving with faith, not by sight. You got a king. So a king that lacks faith is going to fall back. He's going to look at the physical over the spiritual.
Hebrews chapter 10, starting verse 45, says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which have great recompense in the Lord. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, he that should come will come, and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him.
See, remember Saul said, basically fall back, young lad. Okay? This great Goliath is battle hardened. He's tried and tested in battle. Okay? He's a champion of the Philistines, this man of God. Fall back. So we're looking at a giant in this great, vast empire. Air Force, Army, Marines, Navy, okay? Great nuclear weapons arsenals. We're facing a giant, overwhelming odds in the physical realm. But understanding that we got a power behind us, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. So we're not falling back, but standing on that name and power. You got it, King.
But we are not of them who draw back into perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul.
You got it again, what was your shot?
Hebrews 10 and 39.
Yep.
But we are not of them who draw back into perdition,
Okay.
but of them that believe to the saving of the soul.
See? Who's the father of spirits? The father of lights. Come on now. So shall not he that created our spirit maintain and safeguard the essence of himself that believe on him and his holy name? An essence of himself. Or he's going to destroy the essence of himself. No, he's not. He's going to safeguard those that believe on his holy name and that have been changed through the Spirit, that are connected to him through faith. Hebrews 11 and 6. Wait, let's finish that with my stools for have no pleasure. You know, weak ass man. You got it, King.
Hebrews chapter 10 and 38 again.
Yeah.
Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. We are not of them who draw back into perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul.
See, that faith gets us delivered. To them that believe in the saving of the soul. You see? So that faith is the driving factor of our stability. Is it not written, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. So it's backed by faith, standing on solid ground, that rock in Yahushua. Hey, it's not by accident that this big bully, Debo-looking Goliath was taken down by a stone. So even Debo can't stand against our rock. Okay? Got knocked the fuck out. I'm not keeping the spirit. Yeah, exactly. That's Yahushua. Come on, man. So you gotta have the Holy Spirit reading the Bible, or you're gonna just be confused. That rock is gonna take down this giant Edomites, the EU, Rome, America, NATO. Hey, Daniel 2 and 43, please. Same rock. Same rock. King David could have used an arrow. Come on, man. A spear. Why did the Most High cause him to use a rock? We can't make this up. It's projecting into the future. King David said, remember, O Lord, the daughter of Babylon. Okay? The children of Edom. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. They're telling us something through the Spirit. You can't read this like bubble gum. Bugged out of your damn mind with your mouth open. You got it, King.
Daniel,
Yeah.
Daniel chapter 2, verse 12 says, for this cause the king was angry, very furious.
About that rock taking down these kingdoms. Daniel 2:43. And you got that where King David took just a simple stone to take this nigga down. Debo, okay? The champion of the Philistines, of God. I think it's 1 Samuel 17, somewhere around verse 43. The Bible is written so that the elect can connect. Hey, that's a lesson. The Bible is written so that the elect can connect. And that connection is established through faith. The Bible says without faith, it is impossible to please him. My damn brother always calling me asking for something. I say, hey, have you started to believe in Yahweh by Shem Yahushai? He goes back to calling on Jesus. To hell with you. And I told him, don't call me. You know, stop bothering me. Did a video talking about the love of Jesus cross. You know, get your ass with me.
In 2026,
2026.
white Jesus.
He still caught. He got shot shortly after that. AK-47 dealing with a nigga woman. Her teenage son came in and shot his ass. He lived. And I tried to tell him that I was giving him the Lord's name. He don't care. Dealing with the nigga woman, her teenage son. You got him, beloved. David taking down this big ass giant. I think it was 1 Samuel 17.
I'm there. I'm in the
Good
passage.
judgment. Good judgment.
Let me see.
Yeah, let's start with Saul lacked faith. Hey, young lad, you know, this man is battle tested. What are you doing? Yeah, let's start there. I can't stand a nigga that just lacks faith. He's just going off what he sees. We deal with that today. Y'all gonna get us killed going out there cursing out the devil. You know, I can't stand a weak man. I can't stand it.
You don't get it.
Yeah.
Doubtful nigga.
This is Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 22. Let us draw near with true hearts in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled with, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water.
See, that is a protective covering, being washed with pure water. Yahweh said, he that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So we're baptized through the spirit of faith and strength of the power that we serve. You can't get on the spiritual battlefront and have doubt. You send that soldier home when he fears. That's in the book of the law in Deuteronomy 20. Send his punk ass home. Sucking on the damn breast milk. I can't stand a weak ass man. Hey, read that again, brother. That's fire.
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 22.
Yes.
It says, let us draw near with true heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water.
Showing we gotta be born again to walk in faith. And you counting military tanks, armor, and equipment. Saul was looking at the battle record of Goliath, talking about this man as the champion of the Philistines. So what? The power that we serve and stand behind. Are you crazy? They go right from there to like Hebrews 4 after finish up. Yeah.
It says, and let us, Hebrews 10 and verse 23, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised.
See that? So he's faithful in all his ways and in all his house. He's going to defend his house. The house of David gets resurrected from the grave, from the ashes and the dust of the earth. He is faithful in all his house. There's a protective covering over his temple, over his church, for his name's sake. He says, I do not this for your sake, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake. So it has nothing to do with us as individuals, but his holy name. Yeah, this is why the scriptures don't work for many people. You know, at the top, without mixing faith.
This is Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 1. Let us therefore fear, lest the promise being left to us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it.
See? So it starts with fearing his holy name and trembling at his word. When you rub this genie, this Bible, it only works mixed with faith. We're going to prove that. Come on.
For unto us,
Hebrews 4 and 2.
Hebrews chapter 4 verse 2, for unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
Well, because I read that again. This is the key to the Bible right here. You got it, King.
This is Hebrews chapter 4 verse 2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
See? When King David stood on the battlefield in front of a battle-hardened, battle-tested champion of the Philistines, his walk was with faith. Okay, he moved in faith. And with one stone, the rock, which is Yahushua, took down a Goliath, a giant. You got that, brother? Again? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
1 Samuel chapter 17, and I'll start at 32.
Right.
Go to the point. And David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Talking about Goliath. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine.
It's a lot here, brothers. Yeah, the Spirit is guiding this. Hey, read that again. I'm sorry, man. Hebrews 10:22, I think it was. You see that? The heart and faith, you can't make this up. I'm getting excited. Hebrews 10, you got it, King. You can't make it. So the Spirit led you there to verse 32. You got it, brother. Then you're going to go back to him.
This is Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 22.
Yep.
Let us draw near with true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water.
That's it. You got it.
1 Samuel 17 and 32. And David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine.
See? So if our mind is not right, we're not prepared for the battle. That word heart goes back to law in the Hebrew. Get our mind right. Come on. We got to make our mind right to be prepared for the spiritual fight and not be scared. Come on. You're going to say something.
Yeah, even in 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, and in 15 and 16 as well, when the Heavenly Father speaks about preparation for Jacob's trouble and for the day of the Lord, he never said go do 100 push-ups and learn how to shoot a bow and arrow or how to shoot a gun, none of that. He said get your mind right. That's it. He literally said, yo, get your mind right, don't sin so much, don't let it weigh you down, and have faith. And that's it. That was literally the blueprint that the Heavenly Father gave for the end time. See, because what we're about to read, it was a time where we actually did pick up sword and spear and shield. But now in this time, it's about your mind. It's about believing in Yahweh Shem Yahweh, full-fledged faith that the Lord can deliver.
So that's that Hebrews 4:12. The word of the Lord is a two-edged sword. See? You got it, King.
Yep. It says, verse 33, and Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for thou art better youth, and he a man of war from his youth.
Are we not hearing that today? What do y'all think you're up against? This man has satellite technology. He's got a space force. He's got aerial drones. Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. You got niggas singing that. Unbelievable. I can't think of this shit up, man.
I know you remember that one Jake like 5-6 years ago. He was like, oh, what are we gonna do? They have guns. Back in the day, we have to pick up. Hey, what did he start off that message with? Hey, I'm saying this in the flesh. You remember that?
Yeah.
He said, oh, I'm saying this in the flesh. And he said, they got guns. What are we gonna do? It's like, you a bitch, dog.
Yeah.
Shut your ass up. Put your
Saul's grandson. Shut your ass up, man.
It might be something.
He probably might be him. Okay. Hey, we better get love. I can't stand a big ass man, I'm telling you.
Ain't nothing worse.
Oh.
You sitting there, you got all your faith in Yahweh Shem Shine and the words that he said, and instantly gonna come on the internet and start casting doubt. What are we gonna do? They have weapons. Back in the day, Israel has shields and spears. Do you not read the scriptures, DK?
And here's a message to the Trump administration. These weak young niggas that love to shoot up the neighborhood, they put them on the front lines. Okay? Ground beef, you scared ass. Put them on the front lines. You young niggas that love to shoot up the damn neighborhood, but are scared deep down. You got it, beloved. Yeah, that's why they walking around with gas. You step on the damn Nikes, they're ready to shoot you over some bullshit. You got it, King.
Continuing on, 1 Samuel 17 and 34. And David said unto Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear and took a lamb out of a flock. And I went after him and smote him and delivered it out of his mouth.
See, so it goes to show you that the Most High will allow us to go through stuff to prove us. So it creates a track record for building up that faith through trial. Okay, being tried. You see that? And we're going to have to read that again. If we don't go through anything, we don't have a testimony. We don't have a testimony without the trials of our faith. We can't read this like bubble gum with our mouths wide open. We're going to have to read that again, please. there's something in there. Yep. You got it, brother.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 3. Exactly what Deshaun stated. I'm going to read verses 18 to 22 straight through. Unto Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. And with the Most High of heaven, it is all one to deliver with a great multitude or a small company. For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of the hosts, but strength coming from heaven. They came, it's like they come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us and our wives and children and to spoil us, but we fight for our lives and our laws. Wherefore, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai himself, will overthrow them before our face, and as for you, be ye not afraid of them. That's 1 Maccabees chapter 3, verses 18 to 22.
God. Yeah, I mean, the battle is the Lord's. Okay? So what happens is, we get caught up in the flesh. And we go back to the proverbial counting beans and bullets. Oh, let's see here. We got about 100 rounds of ammo, and we got about 3 cans of black beans. I think we can make it through at least the first 72 hours. No! Okay? Faith is by sight. Faith is by, well, let's get that. Hebrews 11 and 6. We walk by faith, not by sight. Excuse me.
Right.
You got it, beloved.
Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6 says that without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
See, so King David gave us that example, stepping out on faith, not by sight. What if he would have started doing measurements? Let me see, Goliath is about 9'7", and I'm about, 5'11", okay? The odds are stacked against me here. That's how Edomites do, all right? They start stacking up physical measurements. They call it, in the military, strength, disposition, composition, okay, size, counting the military and the oppositional force. They're looking at the physical, not the spiritual. You got some,
going back, you had made a statement, about the trials and tribulations that we go through is for us. For sure. The different things that we go through is really to test your faith. It ain't to show the Lord, really, because the Lord already knows if you believe or not. It's really to show you on the earthly plane. So this is Hebrews chapter 11 and 32. It says, "But call to remembrance the former days, in which after you were illuminated, you endured a great fight of afflictions." So when you first become illuminated, you go through your trials and tribulations. You got to call those deliverances to your remembrance. Every single day from the beginning to up until today.
And being illuminated in your mind, you're walking by the light of the glorious gospel. So everything just gets magnified. You begin to see things develop before they take place or take effect. You can see the development of things. You just gain an eagle's eye. You start to see patterns over time. So you don't create this knee-jerk reaction. You literally kind of relax a little bit. There's an old parable. Why is there's a paddle, and there's a panther on one side of the paddle, and there's a rabbit smoking a cigar on the other side of the paddle. And the instructor will ask you, why is the rabbit smoking the cigar? And the answer is, because he's wiser than the panther. So it gives him rest, comfort, peace of mind. That's beautiful. You got it, son.
That was it.
Train for the physical, they train for the physical, not for the spiritual. Train the Lord, and how about you have a shot is giving us, the spiritual first, as well as the priest is the physical, okay? In 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7 and 8, in the NLT, it says, "Do not waste time fighting over God is like his, and old wives' tales. Instead, train yourselves to be God." Physical training is good, but training for godliness is much better, promising benefits in this life and in the life to come. So, like Deshaun was saying, us being out spiritual right now, we're able to overcome this battle that we're about to face, and ultimately to usher in the salvation that we're about to receive through the grace and mercy of our Lord and Savior. We're preparing to what? To inherit the new heavens and the new earth what weapons of this warfare he's going to use. We're going to overcome through what? That rock that the shards bring up. You know, the Awabashin, our shot.
And that's why when you look at the story, you're going to go back to it in 1 Samuel 17. He delivered me from a bear and a lion. Remember, animals are also similitudes with people. Okay? Scorpions and lions, foxes. Okay? You got it, King.
1 Samuel chapter...
Let's go back to being delivered from a bear and a lion.
Yep. 1 Samuel 17, Salaki. 17 and 35. And I went after him and smote him and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him and slew him.
Notice that King David was over the sheep, showing you that he would come back as Peter, as the head over the church, watching over the flock. And this is also connecting to Ezekiel 34. My servant David shall be a shepherd over them. I just wanted to throw that in there. You got it, bro.
It says, thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he hath defied the armies of the living power.
Remember I talked about vision? Wisdom gives you a vision to see things before they take effect. He's telling this congregation that Goliath is going to be as the bear and the lion that's dead, slain. Read that again, please. That's some heavy faith. And we're proclaiming victory over our enemies before it takes place. It takes wisdom to be able to do that.
Going back to the scripture we opened up with, Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, that the righteous man is going to stand in great boldness in the face of such as have afflicted him, and it says it made no account of his labor. You know, that's so obviously it's all the nations, because all the nations have looked at us. And Esau Edom is the top of the list. That's why when you read Psalms 83, when it speaks about how they are confederate against you, the first nation named is Esau Edom. That's not by coincidence. You know, I don't think that was a Psalm of David. I don't remember.
Yeah,
The Psalm, okay, yeah. There was a reason why he named Esau first back then. And Esau is the top demon right now.
Yeah.
You know? It says, you can read it again. 1 Samuel 17 and 36.
Right.
Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he hath defied the armies of the power.
And it reminds me of that scripture, and great fear fell upon them when they stood up as an exceeding great army. He has defied the armies of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You see? So we're standing up as a spiritual force.
Verse 37. And David said, moreover, the Lord that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of his Philistines. And Saul said unto David, go, and the Lord be with you.
See that? So now Saul is hearing this faith, this strength of speech that a spirit is on David. You see? He said, may the Lord Yahweh be with thee. But he did not start that speech like that. He started with doubt and disbelief. See? You got it, beloved.
Verse 37. No, verse 38. And Saul armed David with his armor, and he put a helmet of brass upon his head. Also he armed him with a coat of mail.
I'm thinking of Ephesians 6, put on the full armor of the Most High. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And this is really heavy because Saul does not have that covering over him. Overall, the shield of faith. So there's a very heavy spiritual parallel here. You got it, King.
Verse 39.
Oh, shit.
And David girded his sword upon his armor, and he had said to go, for he had not proved it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And David put them off him. And he took his staff in his hand and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook and put them in a shepherd's bag, which he had, even in a scrip and his sling was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistine.
And keep in mind, it's not by accident that a stone is going to be chosen, showing you the direct parallel between the giant Goliath and the kingdom that will be ruling in the last days. A great beast, you see? And then you have the house of David being raised up here in the belly of the beast. Come on. Yep.
It says, verse 41, and the Philistine came on and drew near unto David, and the man that bare the shield went before him. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and ruddy and of fair countenance.
That word ruddy, it breaks down into youthful appearance, and secondarily, or the secondary definition is reddish overtones, dark brown with reddish overtones.
Not like
Right, not light skin. Well, now the devil trying to make that red. No, that's either one, you devil. It's not talking about he was red, ruddy, okay? With a youthful or exuberance. And then secondary definition being like dark brown with reddish overtones. You got it, beloved. Just wanted to throw that out there because the devil is trying to change words now. We know who we are, so stop it.
You can always Google ruddy animal. You're not going to see one pale horse, no pale cow. You're going to see a red heifer. That's what you're going to see. And guess what? A red heifer is not red. It is brown.
Just Google ruddy horse.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful description, ruddy horse.
You ain't going to see no white stallion. You know what I mean?
Right.
No naked mole rats. None of that shit. So it says, verse 43, and the Philistine said unto David, am I a dog that thou comest with stabs? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. And
They're doing that now, by the way. Casting out enchantment. Worshiping the gods of ancient Egypt, ancient Rome. They're casting all types of enchantment right now. But it's not working against the Lord's elect.
Right.
They're cursing us in the name of their gods. Osiris and Isis, Diana. You see? You gotta read that again, please. And there's a lot of direct parallels that apply today in our time.
1 Samuel 17 and 43.
Yep.
And the Philistine said unto David, am I a dog that thou comest to me with staffs? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows, and to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
How are we hiding right now? Because we're not dwelling in the shadow of the world. Clubbing, bar hopping, chasing money, hoes, and clothes. All the nigga knows. Okay? We've abandoned that lifestyle. So we're hiding under the tabernacle of the Almighty. This church that's being built up. We're going to come right back to the brother and read that again. You got it? I think it's Proverbs 22 and 4, if I'm not mistaken. The prudent man foreseeth the evil. A nigga don't foresee the evil. He's just trying to establish a safe landing for his family and subsequent generations by building up investments. I absolutely hate this place. You got something. Go ahead.
If I can say real quick, I brought that out because the same way how the Philistine Goliath cursed David by his God, that's why I brought out that they wet their tongue like a sword. Because that wet is not like wet like water, it's wet as in like a whetstone, W-H-E-T, which if anybody knows, a whetstone is used to sharpen knives, blades, swords, right? They sharpen their tongue like a sword and they shoot bitter words at us. They curse us, man. They throw out enchantments. You know, hey, believe it or not, the very clothes that you wear is an enchantment. You know, these devils want you to dress a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Everything that the Israelite community does is an enchantment. You know, the constant ritual of Jake having to roll up a J and smoke and drink the same exact alcohol. All Jake drink the same liquor. That's for a reason. That ain't no coincidence. You know, all these different things are enchantments.
Even speaking the English language is a curse in itself.
That's right.
You know, this language is a bastard language. Oh,
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3.
yeah.
A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
So we're hiding under pure doctrinal truth. This is safety here. Not doing wickedness and living in the shadow of the world. So we're separating ourselves while becoming holy. You got that again when King David said, hide me from these animals? You got it, King.
Yep. It says, Psalm 64 and 2.
Yep.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Which, if I can say, these are the workers of iniquity, man. I mean, people talk about that's scratching the surface stuff. You know, them torturing babies is low level. They do even more crazier shit, man. You know, these are the people that you pay tax. These people that run your community. These are the people that, you know, in a way, you wake up, go to work for them. You know, that's where that money going to. Is going to these people's pockets, man. These are the workers of iniquity. Iniquity is sin upon sin. It ain't even just sin. It's sin upon sin.
And you know what pissed me off about the Epstein situation? You had a lot of Israelites. They waited till the media started talking about these wicked acts. Well, we've been telling you through the Bible, this man is the wicked, according to the Bible. But you're waiting on some list. We told you he's the devil. But that wasn't good enough from the Bible. So you was waiting for the media to tell you we're getting ready to publish the list. That really pissed me off. You got it, King.
The apostles been saying the things that was on there. They've been saying it since before YouTube was popping.
Yep.
They've been saying, yo, they worship an owl, they go here, you know, they go to the grove, they do this, they do that,
Yep.
out in California, la-di-da-di-da, all everything. It's been said. This ain't no secret, you know. But you know, Jake, they need Esau to come. And guess what? Esau told them, and they still not on nothing. They still watch the Super Bowl the same day. You know what I'm saying? They still was, you know, loving, hating Bad Bunny and all that bullshit, all that garbage.
Yeah, they're in a deep trance. They're under that enchantment. You see, who the God of this world has blinded. So they're dancing to the tune of the wicked. The Bible wasn't good enough. We're going to see who's on the list, and let's just wait to see who they publish. But the Bible told you the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. That Esau was rejected because his sacrifice, his offering was unacceptable. He was chained in the Bible. So he is the seed of the serpent, the wicked. I mean, our people are simple as hell.
The actions that we saw, that we read about, the things that the brother brought out from the FC laws, that was expected
Right.
from the wicked. Just be wicked. He does the opposite of what we do. What do we want to do? Right? Righteous thing. Worship Yahweh, worship Yahweh. Satan. Worship Satan. You know, kill baby. You know, Jake likes to make them. They like to kill. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Hey.
And it goes back to Alistair Crowley. You sacrifice a child and drink his blood. You can take the spirit of that child and you can do all types of black magic, going back to ancient Egypt. You see, tapping into the gods of Mesopotamia, ancient Samaria. They're doing that right here. That's why it's the Great Horde, because it's a conglomeration of Egyptian magic, Persian magic, Babylonian magic. And we told you this man was the damn devil.
Even it's overlooked a lot. Them Cushites, believe it or not, they get deep into the worshiping of the serpents and the worship of these different gods. The Cushites, yeah.
Right, like the Canaanites, big on that
Yeah,
too.
yeah, they're big on this.
You got it.
This is Psalms chapter 59, verse 1 to 3 says, deliver me from my enemies, O my power, defend me from
Shalom,
them.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakaton.
It says, defend me from them that rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity. Save me from bloody men. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, nor for my sin.
And this is why it's very important to be grounded in the doctrine of truth. Story with you. That was a witch that did a video She said she was gathered with her witch coven, and they tried to put a spell on a certain brother. And they said that the demonic spirits reported back there's a hedge around him. Find somebody else, we can't touch him. So when you're reading the scriptures, you got to understand the spiritual covering first and foremost, then the physical, his armies, ICE, martial law. You got to be thinking spiritual first. So the enchantment is bouncing off the armor of light. The witch said we couldn't touch him. There was like a light around that brother when they tried to put a spell on him. Okay, I had to catch myself. I almost called her a black start with a B and rhymes with itch. A damn witch, you know, but I had to catch myself. Trying to keep it, you know, spiritual. I read that again about hiding from these devils.
This is Psalms chapter 59 and verse 1.
Yeah.
Deliver me from my enemies, O my power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. Defend me from them that rise up against me.
So it starts with the spiritual doctrinal truth and knowing his holy name. Matter of fact, the black woman went on to say they had photos that they had gathered from Facebook, TikTok, and they had candles lit. With each photo had a candle, and they were doing sacrifices to put spells on brothers. They couldn't touch him. They had to move to the next man that's not covered under the doctrine of truth and the holy name. They had to move to the next man on that photo. You got it.
It says, deliver me from the workers of iniquity. Save me from bloody men. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me.
He says, save me from bloody men. This is not coming out, they drink blood, sacrifice babies. And some of you niggas went out and voted for this. Here it is, they're eating babies and drinking blood. This is why you get cursed out when you come against what we teach. We have no fear. You better understand what you're up against here. I read that again about bloody men. Save me from bloody men. You had niggas voting, talking about niggas for Trump. That's an actual gathering or movement. Niggas for Trump. And you got Latinos, Northern Kingdom for Trump. Don't just put it on nuts.
You threw it out there, brother.
You also had Latinos for Trump.
That's true, though.
Vive Trump, you know? Yeah, what the hell is this?
Them niggas threw too.
Niggas through too. Northern and Southern Kingdom.
That's all niggas.
Yeah, you got it, bro. Yeah, save me from bloody men. And we got to meditate on what these things are saying, man. You got it, King.
Psalms chapter 59 and verse 2. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity. Save me from bloody men. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, nor for my sin.
They lie and wait for my soul. Did I not say you got to think spiritually first and then work your way to the physical? The spiritual manifests itself first, and then the effects of it is in the flesh, or what we see take shape. Come on. That was it. What you got, brother?
I had finish the Psalms.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Psalm 63 and 4. I'll start at 3, finish it out. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Shoot in secret. So these are on their bed chambers. They're secret places. You got Bohemian Grove. You got all types of black magic going on in secret places. Club of Rome, Bohemian Grove. You see the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission. You see?
It says, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
See, privately. See that? So they're doing all types of high-level black magic. Okay, the wicked global elite, they got to go through a process by which they get deemed as a high-level warlock. Even Hillary Clinton is like a level 5 or level 6 witch. Don't forget, what's her name? Jay-Z's wife, Beyonce. She's a witch. Yeah, Sasha Fierce. A demon spoke through her. You gotta be out of your damn mind to chase down these women. They're putting their period blood in your wine and your spaghetti. Hey, I'll make my own damn spaghetti. Okay, get the hell out of here. I don't trust none of them. I'll make my own pasta. Y'all got one more, then I'm gonna change out, brother. Yeah, you can close out, then I'll change out.
All right, Psalm 64 and 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
I want to speak on this real briefly, then I'll transition. They search out iniquities. When you look at what's happening on the metaverse or social media, they're throwing out all types of naked women. See, searching out iniquities. So they're looking for chinks in your armor. And you got like a myriad of false prophets out there. So they're bombarding you every day on the algorithms and the internet to try to weaken you through the spirit, spiritual warfare. They search out iniquities. They conduct a deep search. He likes porn. Let's exploit that. Let's send a couple of people his way that are agents, by the way. We're going to take down Great Millstone by one woman because we found a chink in the armor, a man that can't maintain himself. Let's exploit that. You see, so they're looking for openings to exploit this great awakening. Read that again, please.
Psalm 64 and 6.
Yeah.
They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
See? So they're trying to find weaknesses through the spirit to exploit and to attack. Once they can find vulnerabilities, then they can accuse us. We told you this man was doing this, and we got proof now. I don't even respond on social media. I don't even answer any of that crap. And I'll click on vulgar when they send me certain things. Hey, Tawani, how about Shimmy? How about Shimmy Kakalach? Hey, shalom, bro.
That's Micah too.
Okay, yeah, grab Micah too for me.
They sound alike, though.
Yeah, they did. Similar points. Yeah, we got to keep talking about everything going on right now. Obviously, a lot of different prophecies are taking place. The biggest thing is these files going on, and also hold Isaiah 19:14. Matter of fact, we'll read that first. Yeah, because that's what's going on right now. We're in the midst of nothing but a wicked, perverse generation. The dark people, but also Esau, Edom. You got these different politicians and leaders. Our government. Babylonian government is basically people that are
Destination. Archive. The base fare is $2.25.
Right, that's the kind of world that we're in.
Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
Yeah, Egypt represents right here America. So Egypt is erring in every single work that's going on a political level, social level, economic level. The debt ceiling is the highest that it's ever been. Even when it comes to making different allies around from a global standpoint, America is erring. This is the generation in which all the allies of America are finally saying, no, we can't do this anymore. We can't drink this cup of water that this woman gave us. And maybe a golden cup, but what's in it is not good for us. Now, finally, everybody in America was doing the same thing. You had, what was her name? Pam Bondi, whatever her name is. The Attorney General, yeah, she went up there, and you had Republicans and Democrats asking her questions. But whenever the Dems asked her questions, all she could do was just talk around the point. She couldn't answer nobody's question. She couldn't even turn around and acknowledge the survivors. Yeah, survivors, because they were victims, was a better word, I guess. Couldn't even acknowledge them. Then when she was asked these questions, instead of talking about it, it was the Dow is up, the NAS is up. So now you have people in high leadership that are defending pedophiles. And like the brother was saying earlier, our apostles and bishops and elders going down, they've been talking about these things. But now all of a sudden, because you're seeing it, oh, now you want to believe it. Instead of just doing your own research first to get it. You see, that's what the Lord, he wants to see. Right? Do your research. Figure these things out. because the scriptures talk about it, and all it is the same exact practices that were happening back then. It's going on right now. That's all it is. That's why when we heard it, it was nothing crazy. Everybody's all on TikTok and IG. Can you believe what's in these files? You all should be more outraged. And I get it, like to a certain extent, people should be more outraged, more upset. But for us, yeah, it's like, all right, well, you know, it's in the Bible. This is what these nations do. They just nasty, perverse, crooked individuals. Read that one more time and then we'll go.
Isaiah 19 and 14, the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yeah, and a lot of y'all people, y'all think that this place is going to get better. Like, I was listening to this one dude on TikTok, and he's like, yeah, at this point, the only thing I can see is that there's going to be some kind of a revolution, another civil war. I'm like, okay, yeah, you on point with that. But what they're thinking is that there's going to be some kind of revolutionary civil war, and then all of a sudden, they're going to vote new people into office, and there's going to be a change here in America. Things ain't going to change. Nothing is going to change here. When you read the book of Jeremiah, he talks about it, how nothing is going to get better. Not bringing down the debt ceiling, no kind of stimulus package, nothing like that. It's going to make America all of a sudden rise up and be better. You're not going to be able to vote your way into better leadership here. They're all the same, because this entire world is ran by Esau Edom, which who does the bidding of Satan. Meaning this entire world is being ran in wickedness. And we're all seeing that right now. Are you guys excited about the Epstein files? Hell yeah, there we go. We got one. Read that for me, and what was the other one?
Micah 2:1. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Let me say this real quick too. You know, he may have raised his hand, he's upset, but like I said, nobody is going to really get up and do anything and start running these streets going buck wild until something happens that affects them personally. That's all it is. Like, you read these files, and why are there 3 million files? First of all, you got 3 million pages. Oh, I'm sorry, there's 6 million, but they only released 3 million because they said the other 3 million are just repetitive. Hey, you know that's a goddamn lie. And goddamn lie. And why would you care? If it's repetitive, then it's released. It doesn't really hurt. But you know, they're covering things up. That's what Esau does. But like I was saying before, the reason why what's happening up in Minnesota, Minneapolis specifically, everybody's going crazy is because businesses are being affected. And people are running on ice. They're literally kicking in doors, no warrants. They're kicking in doors, they're knocking on doors, they're at the grocery stores. As soon as the kids get off the bus, they're chasing down kids. So now the parents are literally standing outside with guns because things are actually affecting them personally. And just wait until the people's pockets are affected. See, that's the number one thing. You read all these different files, don't nobody really care like that. But watch, as soon as their money gets affected, nobody can pay bills no more, you can't pay rent, you don't have no more money to go to the store, now everybody gonna wanna start coming outside. And that's why we're gonna get second every 15, really for 2 different points. But that's the reason why no one is doing nothing about these files. It's not really hurting them physically, you know? Read that for me again.
Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Yeah.
When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Yeah, when the morning is light, they practice it. Why do they practice it? It says because it's in the power of their hand. They have the ability to do so. And that precept right there, that's the reason why there's 6 million pages. Because it's just like anything. How do you track progress, or how do you, how do you find success? You track progress. You have to measure it. Success has to be measured. And they know that even in wickedness. Even in wickedness, you still have to measure your progress. So they're writing these things down, they're documenting, all right, we did this sacrifice and this happened, we did this one, it wasn't as good, let's try this baby, let's torture that one, maybe this age and this gender. Like, that's what they do in wickedness. And that's what they're doing. They're just practicing it because they have the ability to do so. You got 6 million pages, that's nothing. What does that go back to? Like the 90s, 80s? I don't know. It's something like that. That's not even crazy though. We got way more things happening besides that. How many more other pages and documents of different little trafficking rings like that are really out there? Esau not really putting out everything, the whole scope. If he did, then maybe we really see some people going crazy like, all right, now it's too much.
Yeah.
Now it's too much. But nah, not yet. Not yet. Was there a little bit more? That was good on that? Yeah, nah, that's good. That's what we in GNT.
Back you up on that?
Go ahead.
Because, you know, I was listening to a little bit of the Gandhi. He asked him, I heard these things. This is Proverbs 26. The lying tongue hateth those that are wicked. Flattering mouth. Like you said, these people are behind us. She refused to acknowledge it. So, again, they've done all this damage over the years. And now they're the ones that are hating being the victims, getting over there.
Yeah.
And Bondi more or less told you what the deal is. Talking about, well, the order of different people is saying, okay. So they're telling you, hey, this is what it is. You know, they might throw you a few sacrificial lambs just to take the heel for the rest of it.
Yeah, what they're doing is releasing these files, making it seem as if they're doing the righteous thing, the righteous deed. Meanwhile, nobody's been prosecuted. All these nasty niggas are still walking around free, going to the grocery store saying, hey neighbor, just talking to you like they're normal. These people aren't normal. They're disgusting. We're literally walking around amongst disgusting, nasty ass people. That's why we gotta get out of here, exactly. And people think we crazy for coming out here every Saturday. Nah, we know what's up. That's really what it is. If they knew what we knew, they'd be out here. But they don't. That's the thing. That's the difference. We already knew this world was perverse and wicked. And now, Pam Bondi talking about Trump is the most, what did she say? What's the word she used? Basically honest, transparent president. That's what she said. Trump's the most transparent president we've ever had because he released the files. That nigga not transparent. That nigga's name is in the files over 3,000 times.
Oh, wow.
But then they release it and they're like, oh, we have nothing to hide.
Prove it out.
Sure you don't, because you're not going to prosecute him. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it's coming down to.
Yeah.
That's the energy of that guy
I don't know.
down in Atlanta, I think it was the airport.
He booted me
He
out.
was going over and he said, here you are being
Sorry.
empathetic. Look what's going on with people in these houses. What they're doing to these people. People are like whispering. But he was in the right room. Part of the reason why they're going to get away with stuff like this is because you're not mad at general public.
Read that for me, now. GNT. Go to verse 14.
14.
Yeah.
This is the world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring the destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government.
Yeah, that's going to be great. It says political turmoil. See, that's why it's important sometimes. Because sometimes other versions, they'll just mess it up. But right here, the GNT is great. It's going to be great political turmoil, it says, in these last days, with a group trying to do what to the government? The legitimate government at the very end?
Overpower.
Yeah, trying to overpower. Yeah, trying to overpower the legitimate government in order to gain control. And that's exactly why the rest of the verse is going to go into how there's going to be so much turmoil in these streets. And we're already seeing it. Like I said, that dude on TikTok is talking about, look, we got to just have some kind of revolutionary, another civil war. And people say that, but they don't really understand the ramifications of the civil war. The civil war is tough out. People are going crazy. We're talking about forts being set up. You know what I'm saying? Blockades. Niggas really like different militaries in different blocks. Yeah, people dying every day. You can't just walk. You think it's dangerous to go to Anacostia now. Anacostia, how many people like Anacostia? Yeah. In the civil war, times 10. They think it's dangerous now, but no.
Finish your statement, brother.
At the end of the day, the whole reason why that's going to happen is starting right now, and that's why it says we're in the beginning, right, of turmoil and all these sorrows happening. because people are noticing finally that the government has been corrupt. It's like, nah, it's gonna get to a point where people are like, now we have to hit these streets. The government is doing all this, man. First it was the files, it was this, it was that. Everybody gonna be like, yo, I can't do it no more. They're gonna just go buck wild. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I was just gonna say, a lot of these dudes though that are inciting insurrection are actually agents. The dudes that's really doing it, they in the field. There's people out in the West Coast and the Midwest right now that's really in the field preparing for that end of the world civil war type event. But the dudes that's on social media, we gotta do something, and then they rack their shit on camera. Like these dudes is talking, they just talking shit, man. They're a bunch of agents that are set up to create insurrection. Yeah, agent provocateurs, and what they're doing is, and so they have so many followers, and they got a nice camera, and they can afford to show you their full, and how they have all these guns. Man, these average ass people don't got that, man. So these dudes are set up by Esau to incite these things. You know, there's this dude right now in Texas. He's saying, all right, enough is enough. I see the Epstein files. We gotta make Texas its own nation again. They really going to Austin, Texas to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? To talk to all the representatives, like, oh, we gotta do this. And it's like, oh. And it's the same dude who's posting videos from the files, and he's inciting insurrection. There's people in the comments, hey, where do we meet? DM, I'll DM you the info. Just comment under this. Comment this word under this. I'll DM you the info of where we're meeting after do this and do that. That's a straight up agent. You know what I'm saying?
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. It says, there will no longer be free access to the city, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live.
Read that verse one more time.
That's the second Ezra chapter 15, verse 18. Because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live.
The destruction, terror, and total confusion. It says wherever people live. So yeah, we say certain places are going to be worse than others, but at the end of the day, it's going to be all over. The whole entire country. A Babylon. Esau works. He wants to really create the collapse so he can bring in his order, which is going to be eventually too long. My phone?
I'm about to go out.
Yeah, here you go. Charger's not working? I mean, it has one. It's all good. That's right there. Make it fast right now. It's all good. But yeah, at the end of the day, everybody's seeing what's going on here in America, and we're just looking forward to these things to come. And we're bringing these things out because they're all signs of the times. It's not like we're just